What's up, guys? So today I want to talk about the variation of CrossFit. I got a lot of friends who are personal trainers as well, and one of these things that they're very critical about is that we don't do any periodization, that CrossFit is random, which it's not. And so I want to discuss that a little bit and how we come up with our workouts, what a good programming looks like from a micro perspective, from a weekly basis, to a macro from a monthly perspective. Okay, so we have three modalities. We have gymnastics, all right, that's all our body weight stuff. We have weightlifting, which is all our external use of objects, and then we have our monostructural, or call it cardio. Okay, and so our goal is to try to vary these mechanisms as best as possible. Not just movements, but body parts as well, right? So gymnastic upper body pull would be a pull-up, and upper body push would be a push-up, or a handstand maybe. And then a gymnastic lower body would be air squats, lunges, that sort of thing. We're looking at weightlifting. We can do the same thing. And the upper body movement would be a press, push a jerk. Lower body back squat, deadlift, front squat, you name it. Okay, and then our monostructurals are running, rowing, double unders, swimming if you can even get that in, biking as well. So there's options. Now our goal from an experience perspective is how can I vary this to create a stimulus that's worthwhile for them, right? Because I have so many things to think about. When I'm looking at gymnastics, I look at high volume, low volume, right? High volume would be 100 reps or more in a workout, and this is greater than 100 reps, and low volume would be less than 100 reps. You can also look at weightlifting from a high load, right? Medium load, and let's say small load, right? Small load, something like that. So when I'm looking at high load, you obviously look at the percentage of someone's 1 rep max. So let's say a medium load for me, my 1 rep max would be 60 to 80%. Here would be 80% to 100%, and then this would be below 60%. Below 60%. Okay, and so one of the things I want to look at as well is how can I vary all these things, right? So let me give you a 3-week template, or a 3-phase micro template, okay? So goal looks something like this. We always have a single element day, right? And we vary the other two. So my single element day is gymnastics. The next day is going to be monostructural and weightlifting. And that third day is going to be a triplet of all three. Then obviously I would be off on my 4th day, and then I repeat this all over again, but I vary. So if I started with gymnastics, that single element day next time is going to be maybe weightlifting, right? And then I vary the other two, which would be gymnastics and monostructural, and then all three. M, W, G. I can create any order as that workout comes up as I deem fit, excuse me. And then obviously we would continue that off again, and then follow that single element day with monostructural or running or jumping, something of that nature. Good. So gymnastics, let's say for gymnastics day, this is a skill day, right? Single element days for gymnastics are skill day only. I want to work on rings. I want to work on the rings, work on some muscle up, works on just the skill of the technical part of being on the rings. Monostructural weightlifting, what would that look like? Deadlift, right, for weightlifting. Not sure the load yet, and monostructural maybe a run. All right, we can fill that out. Maybe deadlift 185 pounds and run 400 meters. What's a reasonable amount of repetitions for 185 pounds at a time? I don't know, 5 to 10 reps, 10 to 15. So let's make it simple. 10 reps on the deadlift, 1 400 meter round, 5 rounds. Bam. Done. Now I want to put all these things together. So I worked on some rings. Maybe I need some upper body pulling stuff because I haven't touched that yet this week. Maybe some pull-ups. And since this monostructural, I ran already, maybe I want to put them on the row. So maybe we put the row in there. And then the weightlifting, we did some deadlifts, we hit the posterior chain. Maybe I go with some back squats or some front squats, right? Right, we're coming off the row, some pull-ups, maybe some back squats. Let's fill that out, all right? I can create any order as I seem fit, right? You're only creative as your mind allows you to be, so you have to push the limits on that. So let's mess with these numbers, these rep schemes here. Maybe 20, here's a cool one, 21, 21, 21, 15, 15, 15, 9, 9, 9, right? So how am I going to come up with that? So pull-ups, right? That's just rep schemes. 21 pull-ups, come out in 21 rows. 21 rows, how am I going to create that? Maybe you put the display on calories, right? So 21 row for 21 calories, and then 21 back squats. Wow, to do 21 back squats, not necessarily in a row, you can rack it whenever you want. You have to make it as challenging as possible. Maybe body weight, right? Maybe body weight, that would work. So for me, $160 on there, $165, pushing it a little bit there, and rep that out. We'll do it all over again. 15 pull-ups, 15 calories on the row, and then 15 back extension, 999, good to go. One of the other things I didn't explain is we have a time priority versus a task priority. I didn't put a task priority up there, or excuse me, a time priority, I believe. Get that right, I always confuse the two. But basically one says let's go for rounds, the other ones is let's go for time. So for 20 minutes I want you to repeat these movements or these exercises as many times as you can in those 20 minutes. We'll vary that time domain as best as possible. So not only are we working under heavier loads and shorter duration, we're working medium loads, lighter loads at longer duration. So we can vary, right? Not randomize, but vary that stimulus. And so I come back on this next day and I do it all over again. So weightlifting, right, I hit 185, maybe we do something heavy, right? We hit some deadlifts here, maybe I don't want to try deadlifts maybe, and we just hit some back squats, maybe a 5x3 on the front squat, all right, boom, I'm done. Gymnastic monostructural, we can set some other things up. I hit some pull-ups, I want to work some other gymnastic stuff, maybe some handstand push-ups and double unders, right? That'd be a sweet little workout. Handstand push-ups, maybe 21-12, so 12 handstand push-ups, 21 double unders, 5 rounds. Good. And then we move this monostructure around. So we have some running. Let's go back to running. Run, weightlifting. Maybe some cleans now, right? Really get into some of those technical lifts. And then some more gymnastics, right? Maybe a rope climb or something, all right? Again, I can come up with that rep scheme there as creative as possible. And I do that again for the week. I usually program a week in advance because I look at other people's blogs and I get new ideas for other things that I might want to use. And I recommend the same, you know. Programming a month out is cool, but what I find is that I have all these creative ideas that come up a couple days later after I finish programming, and I'm like, darn, I got to wait till the next month, right? So I want to keep myself as creative as possible, as excited as possible, and see the response from my members. The other thing that I want to say is that we retest every 6 weeks on 2 different workouts. We retest on the CrossFit Total, which is back squat, press, and deadlift, and we test out on Fran, which is 21, 15, 9 thrusters and pull-ups. And you not have to test out on that, but that is more of a high intensity, lower duration workout that we like to see how our workouts are doing. If I find out people are not improving in their strength for the majority of our members, then maybe I need to input a little bit more strength bias stuff in there, or more heavier loads in my workouts. If I feel like the gains are good, then I try to keep the variation the same. And those other workouts, the Frans, those high intense, put you on your back, we want to test out on those because those are go. You know, we want to be able to move as fast as we possibly can. So that's part 1. I'll come back with some more.